Yes, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh at magandang araw sa mga kababayan natin dito sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Ito po si Alimuddin Kadatuan at ito ang KTK Online Media Production. Samahan niyo po kami o samahan niyo po ako sa isa na namang mainit na talakayan at makakasama natin, no, mapalad tayo dahil makakasama natin ang member of the parliament, dating secretary ng Chief Minister Murad during MILF Political Concept, a former BD Executive Director at ngayon ay kasalukuyang ministro ng Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Agrarian Reform o MAFARBARM. So, heto na mga Kabangsamoro. Kaya wag po kayong alis dahil ipapakilala ko na po ang ating panawing pangdangal. Walang iba kundi si Mr. MP Minister Muhammad Yaqub. Sir, Assalamualaikum, sir.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, first of all, sir, kumusta po kayo, sir?
Well, we're doing well. Alhamdulillah, we are here in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform, doing our responsibility according to mandate of this ministry na ipaabot sa Bangsamoro people itong government services na napadaan dito sa ministry. The Bangsamoro government under the leadership of the Chief Minister Ahod Balawag Ibrahim na nag-announce mula noon pa na this government kailangan based on the moral governance ang papamalakad nito. At we are very supportive on this. So lahat ng ginagawa natin according to that principle na itong Bangsamoro government ay bunga ng struggle ng entire Bangsamoro people na ngayon meron tayo based on the BOL na in which ang iba yung plataforma with the national government kasi meron tayong parliamentary form of the government in which more autonomy than before the ARMM. So ngayon mapalad po tayo under this new government, although we are under the 3 years transition authority, but according to its mandate na kailangan ma-institutionalize itong government para by 2022 ay magkaroon ng formal government. Yan ang struggle natin in this transition authority. Paano natin ma-figure out or ma-establish ang institution para before the 2022 ay ma-institutionalize na itong Bangsamoro Regional Government in Muslim Mindanao. So as part of the core economy mandate of this government, itong Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform na nagkaroon ng convergence of 3 departments: Agrarian Reform, Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform, na talagang na-empower at napalakas itong ministry para ma-addressan yung economic challenge of the region. Ginawa natin bago po tayo pumasok nito ay nag-assist po tayo anong status ng agriculture, anong status ng fisheries, anong status of the agrarian reform. Based on that assessment last year, doon natin binuo yung strategic plan natin to address this challenge in the region. Kaya nga isa sa ginawa natin ay nagkaroon tayo ng food security and nutrition roadmap na in which it was just last week nagkaroon ng launching and turn over sa Chief Minister para yun na yung blueprint na susundin ng mga ministries na nag-converge to promote economic programs in the region. So regarding the assessment and monitoring and evaluation, pinakalakas na natin yan because we believe na isa sa magkaroon ng very objective innovation of the government programs, especially MAFA, with the farmers and peasant folks, na magkaroon ng research, magkaroon ng evaluation of all programs, and magkaroon ng close monitoring. In fact, we are following the directive from the Chief Minister na sabi niya, let us do this government na more closer to the people.
Yes.
Kaya nga kahit anong kahirap despite the having this COVID-19 pandemic ay talagang the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform doing things that the people feel na ngayon ay nandito na yung Bangsamoro government. This year we able to have many planting festivals and harvest festivals objectively para ma-feel ng mga tao ay talagang kasama na nila na ngayon ang government. Kasama sila to decide ano yung makakabuti sa kanila, and which the government always consider the farmers and peasant folks na partner ng Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform. Our strategy, lead the community, kasama natin to decide because hindi naman maganda na i-dictate lang ang mga farmers and peasant folks na ano yung gusto ng government. Kailangan anong gusto nila at ma-assess at mapag-aralan because walang magandang samahan ng government with the community kapag hindi magkaintindihan.
Yes.
So this time we are assuring the communities and other stakeholders na this government ay talagang ini-open ang window para mapasukan nila at sila yung laman ng government na ito na nagpo-promote ng moral governance. So we in the ministry as temporary appointed as minister na sinisikap namin at sinisigurado namin na habang kami pa ay nandito, kayo ang aming kasama. Sabi ng mga kasama namin, kung wala kayo, wala kami. So they need us and we need them.
Yes.
So this is what the principle make us more closer each other with our clients. Actually, ang principle namin nun doon po kami sa BDA, doing by learning by doing.
Yes.
So kami po ay nag-umpisa from us,
Yes.
Revolutionary members of the Bangsamoro people through MILF. Sabi po nung dating chairman,
Yes.
this struggle ay school na nagde-develop sa bawat Bangsamoro. Kasi people oppressed people talagang mawawala ng access to everything.
Yes.
So kailangan sumikap at makapacitate. So that the result of our struggle na ako mismo nanggagaling mo po ako sa school na private. In fact, marami naniniwala at yung sabi nila yung sa atin na kapag hindi matalino yung anak, pinapupunta sa madrasa. Yung matalino pinapupunta sa English school.
Yes po.
So I think hindi tama yon na paniniwala natin.
Tama.
Mas matatalino yung mga taga-madrasa kaysa sa sa English.
Yes.
At hindi naman yung lahat yung sinasabi ngayon na ang madrasa ay nagpo-produce ng mga sasamang element.
Yes.
Hindi. Actually, walang tinuturo sa madrasa na masama at mamamatay ang tao at masama ang ugali. In fact, I think the reason why most of the parent na kung nakikita yung bata na medyo matitigas, pinapupunta sa madrasa para mabigyan ng talino at mabigyan ng good character.
Yes po.
So, I am from the madrasa. In fact, hindi po ako nakapag-aral ng English mula low level of my school. Saka na akong nakapag-aral ng English nung after college na ako sa Arabic. So, nagkuha ko ng masteral in English and even the doctorate. So, from there, during the struggle, nadidevelop ko na yung my educational skill, professional skill, and other development skill. Hanggat na install ako as executive director ng Bangsamoro Development Agency in 8 years. After that, sabi ng Chief Minister, I'm asking you to help us in the government. Kaya nga, he brought me in this government para makatulong. Not as a politician. To help the Chief Minister in developing this government. Nung may nagkriticize na nagsasabi na bakit ang ustad daw, ang alim, ang na-appoint as Minister ng Agriculture, Fisheries, na wala namang connection ang agriculture, fisheries, and sa ustad. Sabi ko, joke lang, joke, sabi ko, I am more qualified to be a minister of the agriculture because the only ministry na merong livestock. So alam ninyo ang ustad daw, yun lang pinaka marunong mag-slough ng animals na halal. So that the reason I think the Chief Minister helped me or tasked me to be a Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform. But not that joke. Actually, I have the more enough experience with the BDA, handling development programs with the World Bank, JICA, and other UN agencies na to rehab and develop the conflict affected areas. So, doon ko nakuha yung my experience in development. And now, dinala ko yung mga kasama ko sa BDA, some of them to help me transfer and duplicate our experience in BDA in 8 years. So, iyan ang ngayon ang ini-implement namin dito sa Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform. And we are still institutionalizing the ministry, putting all possible strategies na lalong makapasitate, lalong ma-enhance yung serbisyo ng government na ma-fulfill ng mga tao ngayon. So now, we have classified according to the sector, yung binhi, isda, lupa. Para sa agriculture, yung binhi, para sa fisheries, yung isda, and para sa agrarian reform, yung lupa. So, it is a program, specific program na we are now going to more specific programs by year na according to our budget. So this is our strategy ngayon based on our experience and skill na nakukuha namin noon pa before we enter in this ministry.
MP, a merge of government offices like agrarian reform into improved mandates. Ano yung pinakauna yung programa na nakikita niyong pinakakailangan ng Bangsamoro sa pang-araw-araw nilang pamumuhay?
Well, as people na affected by conflicts,
Yes.
alam na natin na almost all areas of Bangsamoro, we can say they are people affected by these very long conflicts in the region. So, isa sa pinakakailangan na maibalik sa kanila na magkaroon yung walang lupa na may lupa. Pangalawa, yung values na nawala. Kasi alam mo, kung affected ka, sometimes pati value mo mawala.
Tama po, tama.
So, with this, nakita namin in this ministry, nakasama po na ibabalik natin yung values. Since the Chief Minister, I think that the wisdom bakit niya inuna sa lahat ng priority na niya yung pag-push ng moral governance. Because para yun ang basis natin to train and capacitate our people, especially officers, on values transformation na kailangan maibalik. Para yun ang basis at magkaroon ng more energy yung government to deliver services. Pangatlo, in the side of farmers and peace folks, and even the agrarian reform beneficiaries, isa sa pinakakailangan na mapasilitate ng government na itong pinaka-correct na principle in farming and fishing folks in livelihood.
Yes.
In which halimbawa sa atin, marami naman noon pa farmer but very traditional. Yung fisher folks, dati na sila ang source ng income nila, fishing activities. And then agrarian reform, meron silang konting naibigay na lupa. So the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform must be address the basic needs of those farmers, fisher folks, and agrarian beneficiaries, in which matuto sila to have their own technology na yung dati nila din ginagawa.
Yes.
For example, in agriculture, yung planting of rice, corn, ang nakikita namin sa kanila na they are still using very traditional. So the urgent needs that we want to make them understand na ngayon hindi na yung 30 years ago.
Yes.
Meron ng mga mechanization, meron ng mga technology na ginagamit para mag-increase yung kanilang productivity. So the ministry really addressing capacitating the farmers and providing yung mga facility na makaya nila i-operate. Sa kanilang context.
Yes.
Hindi yung ginagamit ng mga other na hindi nila kilala, hindi na nila alam paano i-utilize. Mahirap yung in their part. So that's the basic needs na ina-address ng ministry, training, and facilitating the technology na ma-enhance sa kanila para malaman nila na yung pagtanim ng gulay ngayon hindi na yung dati nila.
Yes.
Na para mabinta sa mga mall, mabinta sa other modern technology. So yeah, and then pati yung pisa folks ganun din. Sinisupplyan din sila ng knowledge paano magkaroon ng papadami yung isda.
Yeah.
And then later on catch naman sila ng maraming isda with the facility na ibibigay sa kanila. So this is really a strategy of this ministry.
Yes.
Na parang partner ang beneficiaries at kumbaga part of the family actually. So yan ang direction ng ministry to address basic needs and ano yung pinaka-importante na kailangan ng mga client ng this ministry.
Yes. Yes, mga kabangsamoro, talagang mainit po yung talakay natin ngayon, no, with MP Jacob. So, sir, the concept of mafarlengke o mafarami ang ani?
Yung maparlengke na deactivate yan o na-develop yan nung meron tayong COVID-19 pandemic. Actually, itong pandemic, marami tayong natutunan to develop na dati rin natin ginagawa pero this time na-realize natin na mas kakailangan ng mga strategy na yon. So itong maparlengke, alam mo, bago din yan dinevelop in which I think yun na yung ginagawa ng mga mga ninuno natin noon pa. Na sila lang yung nagbibinta ng mga goods. So ang ginawa natin in every municipality, gini-encourage natin na ilabas na nila yung product nila in that municipality, and then sila din magbibili ng kanilang mga product among them sa mababang price, and yung mga matitira kami namang magbili and the local government. So in these programs, ang kasama namin, ang partner namin, mismo consolidation of effort ng Ministry of Agriculture, local government units as municipal level, and then yung mga farmers na sila yung producer ng mga raw materials or finished products, pero sila pa rin sometimes yung nagugustuhan nilang product ng iba, binibili na pag-uwi, pinapabinta naman sa kanilang local community. So parang nagkaroon ng ang maparlengke na facilitation of marketing locally. So yan ang objective diyan, at ang partner dito ay MAFAR, local government, municipal level, and then the community mismo, na sila yung producer the product, the same time sila pa rin yung buyer. Actually, kasi kung nakita nila yung product ng ibang farmers o peace folks, binibili nila na, and then binalik sa local community, doon naman pinapabinta sa mga local community. So this is really a strategy na establishing a local market in the region. So ginagawa na namin yan entire the region, led by our provincial offices, Llano del Sur, Maguindanao, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and Basilan. So later on, kapag ma-institutionalize yung 63 barangays as one administrative office, baka pwede naman makasali sila to But despite of wala pang we initiate na meron na kaming field officer in that 63 barangay na sila rin yung nagpaabot ng services of this ministry. So this is the concept of maparlengke.
Yes. Your vision in BARM government in the next 5 years?
My vision that I want to see farmers and peace folks, agrarian reform beneficiaries, na sila yung maraming pera at sila yung may pagkain in the table. That's my vision. At kung ma-achieve namin yan, definitely the government happy to have a more taxes, kasi marami nang magbibigay ng tax. Marami nang mabayad ng kanilang responsibility to the government. And that make in return may investment ng government at may programa na maibalik sa community. So this is personal vision as minister of this Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform. Kapag makita ko na yon, Kahit hindi na ako minister, ngayon sinisikap namin na within this our term, in 3 years, kung hindi ma-extend nung o hindi naman wala na tayong opportunity to continue, at least now we are planting the seeds of hope of our farmers and fisher folks and agrarian reform. Yun ang joke ko sa mga staff ko. Kayo nagdi-distribute ng seeds of rice, seeds of corn, seeds of vegetable. Ako, gusto ko makasama sa inyo para mag-distribute ng seeds of hope. We recognize na the Bangsamoro people facing sometimes man-made calamity and sometimes natural calamity, in which now ongoing yung flash flood na natamaan yung almost Central Mindanao, including some municipalities in the Maguindanao. So, ang inspiration na gusto natin na maipaabot sa community natin, let accept the whatever happened that from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, as tao nagsisikap, kailangan may patient po tayo. At at the same time, we have to have a sympathy na yung nangyayari sa atin, kailangan sama-sama tayo at united to address these challenges na whatever everybody can to contribute. Wala nang blame dito na ginagamit pa yung pagsamantala yung sentiment against each other of us. Hindi na yung makakabuti. Let us work together. Let us recognize na everybody has limitation. And then yung limitation, yun na yung dapat na i-recognize natin na, for example, in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agri-Reform, nagpapangsyon nito according to the budget. Noong last year, we recognize na natanggap na-approve na yan na pinupropose ng ARM before. Ngayon, 2020, we have the limitation of source na we cannot utilize more than what approved in this ministry. But what is important, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agri-Reform committed to whatever na kaya namin i-deliver alang-alang sa safe, tulong sa mga mamamayan ng Bangsamoro in Central Mindanao, in Lanao del Sur, in the islands of Bangsamoro region, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and Basilan. So, let us work together and ano yung point of agreement natin, we should enhance it. Yung point of difference natin, we recognize na magkakaiba talaga. So, with that, wala nang something barrier to our collaboration to promote the situation ng Bangsamoro region na papuntang progressive region at ma-address na natin lahat yung challenges na encounter natin, especially on peace and order. So we are we should help other to promote peace and order in the country, because that is the foundation of economic development na we are dreaming, everybody dreaming it. So kapag nagawa yan, I believe in 5 years na itong Bangsamoro region government, finally everybody will be happy and can access everything, especially our basic needs. So yun lang, sana this message ay nakaabot sa sinuman at malaman yung wisdom na we are brothers in this country or in this region, na wala namang talunan dito kung hindi tayo magkakaisa, kundi sarili natin ng losses. So we have to united and support each other para sa development at pag-angat ng mga community natin. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yes po, mga kabangsamoro, maraming salamat po dahil sa inyong panunood at saka pagbibigay ng oras sa amin dito sa mainit na issue at talakayan with MP Jacob. So, maraming salamat sa pagbigay ng oras sa amin, sir.
Salamat din sa team ninyo, and continue to do that, because that a great help to dissemination the information to our people.
Yes po. Ayan po mga kabangsamoro, manood po tayo dito po sa KTK Online Media Production under by NB Livestream. Paki-like lang po yung follow po yung page namin, Kadsampaya sa Tig sa Kawang-Kawangan. So ayan po, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Sukran and wassalam.